Hi, I'm Dr. Adam Levitt. I'm with Vascular Specialists of Central Florida. Sort of took a roundabout course to become a doctor. When I was in high school, I sort of became a little rebellious and didn't want to do a lot of schoolwork. And right out of high school, I went into the Marine Corps because I wanted to serve my country and didn't want to go to school right away. While I was in the Marine Corps, it was a great time of my life, but then it wasn't my full-time career, so I decided to go to college. And when I first got out, I went to community college. And while in community college, I worked full-time as a bartender. While I was a bartender, I did a lot of different things. And I'd always thought about being a doctor when I was younger, but as time went on, I decided I didn't really want to do all that schooling. One day while I was a bartender, one of my customers was eating a steak, and all of a sudden he stood up, was choking, and he turned blue right in front of me. Everybody around him, and me including, started to really lose it, freak out. I didn't know what to do. But then I remembered during my time at the Marine Corps, we had been taught some basic first aid. And one of the things we had been taught was the Heimlich maneuver. So I ran out from behind the bar, not even really thinking, went behind him, did the Heimlich maneuver, out came out a piece of steak, and the guy who was basically collapsing in my arms sort of all of a sudden took a big gasp of air, got his color back, and he was alive, and he was so grateful. And at that moment, I realized I had someone's life in my hand, and I actually came to arms and actually was able to save him. And that feeling just was so good that I decided that right then and there that I would become a doctor. And I switched over to University of Maryland and became pre-med. And from then on, I did all the training that I needed to do to become a doctor. When I went to med school, when I went through all my different rotations as a third-year medical student, I liked everything that I did. When I went through every rotation, I decided I wanted to be that. So when I was in psychiatry, I wanted to be a psychiatrist, medicine, a medical doctor, surgery, surgical doctor, everything I wanted to do. It was a really hard decision for me, but as time went on, I really decided that surgery was what I wanted to do. And I think the thing that really drove me to vascular surgery was that the connection that you get with your patients. Vascular surgeons are one of the few surgical specialties that you actually get to follow your patients. Most surgical specialties, you do a hernia, and you don't see the patient again until they now need their gallbladder out, or a patient breaks their bone and they fix their bone and they need to do another procedure on them. But vascular surgery, we actually follow our patients. We actually see patients, most of our patients, for lifelong following. So you actually get to know the patient, they get to know you, and it becomes a great relationship between doctor and patient. And the other thing about vascular surgery is that it's not just a surgical specialty, we also do medicine. So we treat all aspects of the patient, not just one. I'm married. I actually have 4 kids, 20, 19, 13, and 6, and I actually have one on the way. So we have a very busy household. When I'm away from work, with that many kids, you can understand that I do a lot with the kids. When I'm not at a football game, baseball game, or soccer game, some kind of recital, something, I do like to take care of myself also. So I do go to the gym a lot. I work out, do a lot of cardiovascular stuff, a lot of weights. Also, when I can find the free time, I love to fish, either deep sea fishing or freshwater. My favorite actually is bass fishing. I love the bass fish. My actual dream is actually to live on a lake and actually have a little bass boat and be able to go fishing whenever I want. The problem with that is if I do live on a lake, my kids and my wife probably more would want a boat that we can go out and ski on or tube on. And so if I ever do get on the lake, I think it'll be a little battle, and we'll see who wins when that happens.